Yeah. Is the recorder on? Yeah, the recorder is on. Let's start this thing, boy. Oh shit, boy. I just got told that they want me to host a show. So my YouTube channel got me doing certain things right now. Yo, yo, welcome to Rap Rhetoric episode 6 with your boy Totem. Today I'm featuring my family. If you hear anything, if you hear my auntie talk, you probably won't hear my auntie talk. She probably won't come into my room. You probably won't hear the baby talk. So just always know that I do live at home. So if you hear anything, it's my people's. It's my people's. But yeah, welcome to Rap Rhetoric episode 6 with your boy Totem. You know what I'm saying? I'm back. Yeah, man, like shit, can I say? It's cold. I didn't go to work today. See, I got the double jacket thing, you know what I'm saying? And just to add the theme, I got the, I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah, anyway, welcome back to Rap Rhetoric. On today's episode, we're gonna talk, is rap autobiographical? And then we're gonna compare trap music to conscious music or real rap or whatever you want to call it. That's what we're gonna talk about on what we told them say. We don't have the avenue today. We don't have the avenue today because I want to make it a real short episode. You know what I'm saying? Well, not really short episode, but like we're gonna have a lot more to talk about. And really, I don't have new music to review. I don't have new music to review. Uh, Apart from me telling you that new mixtape coming out soon in June. I rap, by the way. That's why I have Rap Rhetoric. So I make rap music, but not for the fame. You know what I'm saying? Just for the lames who sit down and try to get paid. Yeah, apart from that, I really don't have music to review, but I'm really going to talk about a whole lot of shit. I'm going to talk about, Takashi 69. I'm going to talk about Lil Pump. I'm going to talk about, obviously, J.Cole. I'm going to talk about Lil Uzi Vert. Obviously, trap, versus real consciousness, Kendrick Lamar, whatever. So, yeah, welcome to Rap Rhetoric, and let's go straight to what Wood told him say. We're gonna talk that real shit. You know what I'm saying? I had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day. Right, it was about like a month ago. Actually, it's not really the other day, but it was about like a month ago. And this guy was like, "Yo, do you think rap is real? Is rap autobiographical? Do you think whatever these niggas write is actually true? And it obviously made me question a lot. Obviously as a student of the game, a person that's been listening to hip hop music for a very long time, I was caught in between because I didn't know whether to say yes or whether to say no, because there's been an argument, right? For the longest time, people been saying that niggas is not writing their stories, therefore they're not real, therefore they don't even deserve to be past the mic. If you listen to the takeover, Jay-Z tells Nas that, yo, bro, you didn't really live that life. You saw it, in your parents' house, and I showed you your first tech. Now you're gonna go talk about a tech on the dresser, and this, that, and third. A whole lot of people were questioning a whole lot of people in the rap game, for years, that you're not writing that story. This is not your story. This is something that you saw and you adapted it into your own words or whatever. And it obviously gone at the question that, is rap autobiographical? Now, if we look at if you look at rap music from the beginning, you had two sides of rap. Well, three, four. Obviously, if we come, throughout the years. But when rap started, rap was really like niggas would like huddle around and niggas would rap with whatever they see. So like in my room, there's a fan, there's an ironing board, there's this. So I would be like, yo, whatever about the fan, and turn around with ironing board and then look at whoever's in the cipher and use that. So that part of rap was kind of autobiographical because you would use the elements that you see around you, right? Then rap went from the street and went on wax, and there were tracks like The Message. For those who don't know about hip hop, there were tracks like The Message by who's this dude, Melly Mel, I think. Yeah. he was part of a crew. I think Grandmaster Flash and whatever. I might have the whole group name wrong. You know what I'm saying? But like they had tracks like The Message. They had, you had African Bambaataa with Planet Rock. You know what I'm saying? You had all of these songs, and some were autobiographical, some were not really autobiographical. They were just abstract. It was really abstract rap. You understand? And you had obviously, towards the 80s, late 80s, mid 80s, the drug dealers started getting involved into rap. So the drug dealers started telling a story. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny because one of the most how can I say, one of the most thing is sought after rappers, one of the most praised, one of the most greatest rappers to ever live, not Eminem, but Rakim. Like he was telling, like he was rapping and he was using abstract elements, and he was really saying some autobiographical stuff, but he was using the element of a drug dealer at some point. If you listen to Paid in Full, thinking of a master plan, like he doesn't say, yo, I'm gonna go sling these drugs though, but he's like, yo, I'm thinking of a master plan and I'm gonna use my rhymes to get paid, to get paid in full. But if you listen to the cadences and whatever that is there in the track that really makes up the track, the meat and potatoes, it has the cadence of a drug dealer. And they dress like drug dealers with the big dookie chain. They go to Dapper Dan's. If you don't know what Dapper Dan's is, do your research. Google Steve Stout and Dapper Dan. They did a deal with Gucci recently, so yeah, check that out. But they go to Dapper Dan and get the threads and start looking like real expensive, like drug dealers, right? And you listen to people like LL Cool J, who really like were real rappers who were writing abstract, because rap is an abstract thing. It's like, yo, let me show you my skill type thing, right? And this was predominantly New York rap, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, towards like the 80s, mid 80s, when rap moved to thingy, to the W, to the West Coast, you had people like Ice-T, 6 in the morning, police knocking out my door, fresh Adidas sneakers squeaking on the floor, you know what I'm saying? Like now he was starting to tell the story of a drug dealer. Now, did he sell drugs? Possibly not. He says he did, and nobody really can question Ice-T. He's like the OG. But, he was telling a story from the perspective of the drug dealer. That the police were coming, were raiding, boom, opening the doors, whatever the case may be, and he was running out 6 a.m. in the morning. And look, it became real because it was like these guys from LA. I remember I watched the documentary where the New York guys were like, yo, it's not really that bad. These niggas is exaggerating. Only to find out life is really that bad in New York. I mean, in LA, and these guys started writing, like you had your Schoolie D's, you understand, with the Batarang, which was also a autobiographical type song because he was speaking about the Batarang, which was a huge ass truck that had like a Batarang in front, like this huge steel thing with like a flat joint in the front, and like they would just run like the joint into houses where they thought it was like drug dens and whatever. It would run the shit and pull the house back, and it was really like the militarization of the whole police force in LA, under the lead of Chief Daryl Gates. If you want to look into that, you can go check that out in your own time. But like the dude started writing about it, you understand? And then you had Schoolie D with PSK, What Does It Mean, which is again a song about drugs in LA or whatever the case may be. So when rap went to LA, it kind of became autobiographical, and that bred like your NWAs, with Fuck the Police and all of that. And when it went back, or if at the same time concurrently in New York, it was starting to become autobiographical and kind of political too, because Chuck D, of Public Enemy, and they started, like Public Enemy started they made a song called Night of the Living Dead, where they were really talking about the crack epidemic that was happening in New York. So now rap started becoming autobiographical, and from that point onwards, going into the 90s and whatever, rap was largely autobiographical. It was largely autobiographical. These guys would go and write about their lives as drug dealers. You got your Jay-Z's, you had your 50 Cents, who was really early 2000s. You had your Snoop Dogg's, but Snoop Dogg, again, if we really look at all of his songs, like Murder Was the Case that they gave me, some songs were not autobiographical, but were written, like using like thought and just a scenario that you'd build in your head, and then 2 months later, 3 months later, he was part of a murder case. You understand? So he wrote and released the song prior to him going on a murder case. You understand? So one would say that was autobiographical, one would say that was just telling the future, whatever the case may be. But I remember back in 90, I think it was 94 or 5, there was an interview with Dr. Dre's like, rap music is not necessarily real. It's entertainment. These niggas is putting words on paper to entertain people. But if you flip the other coin, you know what I'm saying? In New York and other parts of LA, these guys were telling their lies. You understand? Like, yo, we really smoke the weed. We really cripping and blooding or whatever. You understand? And in New York, your Jay-Z's will tell you like, yo, we really shifting like the kilos. We really, really shifting the kilos. So, it was very weird around that time because the 90s was a very influential time in hip hop and it was the golden age. But if we really had to crack, the huge bulk of music, right, that made hip hop what it is, and we go like into the crevices of the music, the genre, you found songs that were really not autobiographical. You found songs that were kind of like, it was just out of thought. You understand? Somebody would sit down like, yo, it's actually cool to write a song like this. You understand? I believe some of Nas's songs on Illmatic, were not really like Nas was there. So like, yo, was there in the streets with the drug dealers or whatever. He had friends. His brother Jungle was part of that gang, but Nas wasn't really part of that gang. If you really follow Nas's history. Now, I'm not disrespecting Nas in any way. Nas is a GOAT, but if we have to keep it real, man, that man's songs on Illmatic were not really autobiographical, like in concrete, but you could appreciate what he was trying to do because it was well written. And that was the case with most music in the 90s. It was really well written, well produced. So even if it wasn't autobiographical, it felt autobiographical. It felt like, yo, shit, this is kind of real, dude. Like, I'm feeling what these dudes are saying. You know what I'm saying? So that happened, and then we went into the 2000s, and you had your 50 Cents, your Eminems, blah 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 blah. And like I said, there was a part where people was writing autobiographical music, and there was a part where people was writing semi-autobiographical or completely abstract, but using concepts of something that they saw, right? You understand? So that happened and whatever, and we moved into the 2010s, boy, which was really a sad time especially like from 2008, 2009, 2006, 7, 8, 9, right? Like, it was a tough time, boy, because you had now I'm not shitting on the South. The South did the best, but damn, boy, you had to lean with it, rock with it, boy. You had the Stanky Leg, them Franchise Boys with the Snappy Fingers, Lil Jon with the Southside Boys. Like, you had those weird niggas. You didn't even know where their music, like, they made crunk, but what was the storyline behind crunk? You know what I'm saying? And really, like, you couldn't even like sit there and be like, okay, but you enjoyed it because it had the funky beats or whatever. And obviously after that we had the Lil Wayne wave, which obviously part of his music was autobiographical, most of it. And obviously we had the king, Drake, the king, another king, J.Cole, another king, Wale, another king, Kendrick, another king, Jay Electronica, those MCs that I just mentioned, those are like cream of the crop. You had kids under them that came through, your Vic Menses, your Chance the Rappers, Mick Jenkins, Mac Miller, L Sweatshirt, Tyler the Creator, all of Pusha T, all of these people. Now they started writing real autobiographical raps, like real shit, like shit where you like, I remember Drake's music was so real, like you would feel it, like you would, I mean, it's still real now relatively, but I mean, there's something that he's keeping, just in the cuff, because he's not trying to tell everybody what's going on. I believe more money, more problems, and that man's got a whole lot of money, so he's got a whole lot of problems that he's just not writing about, a whole lot of women that he deals with that he's not writing about. I hope the new album that's dropping in June is gonna be fire, like Take Care. But like Drake's music, like his pen, boy, you know what I'm saying, and all of those ghostwriting allegations, not hear rap rhetoric. Like we're not gonna disrespect the GOAT like that. Drake is one of the best to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? His pen is impeccable. He has written for so many people, and not to dick ride. I mean, I could say that about J.Cole, Kendrick, Wale, whatever the case may be. But this point, this specific point, like Drake, the way he penned his music in 2009 and 10, boy. If you listen to Fear by Drake, even by Kendrick himself, you know what I'm saying? Those songs are really autobiographical because they dealing with the real life aspects of their lives, Also at J. Cole, Wale, J Electronica, Mick Jenkins, Chance the Rapper, Pusha T, all of these guys, like they really wrote, or they really still write really autobiographical raps, stuff that you can listen to, go watch an interview and corroborate. You understand? Or listen to, go do your research, corroborate. Even the Kanye West of the time, I mean, he's a go-to. I didn't want to put him in that because that's yeah, he crazy now, but that's yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we had that, and goddamn, we in a time right now. We like in part two of what happened back in 2006, 7, 8. You know what I'm saying? With the trap. Now a very a very interesting thing is that trap is polarizing. You know what I'm saying? If you really look at the origins of trap, trap what T.I. says like August 19th, 2009 or 2005 or between, I don't know, 2008, whatever. He's the guy that created trap music. Like trap and music were two words that existed, but they didn't coincide with each other. And he came and brought them together, and it made trap music this genre of a shitload of kids just going in, boy. And that's a very interesting and polarizing genre or subgenre within hip hop because its humble beginnings, right, was based on autobiographical raps. Yo, I'm at the corner, I'm slanging, I'm in the trap, I'm slanging this coke, right? We're gonna go to the studio, we're gonna buy a shitload of chains. My friend just got shot, boom, 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 bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? Which was really kind of like, the same shit that the West Coast and the East Coast was doing, but down south they had a different way of, pronouncing words, the slang, niggas die in the streets, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. So they had a different thing, and it became a subgenre, which was trap music, and it evolved now. It evolved because it involved, it evolved because it involved a whole lot of people. If we look at the pioneers of trap music, T.I. first because he's the guy that started it. Young Jeezy, Gucci Mane, Plies, Shorty Low, look, you can name them all. You know what I'm saying? From the South Side, Lil Wayne too, and then you had your Futures who really took it to a different level. And what's so funny about Future is that everybody is not really taking Future seriously as a trapper, but if you go back, and seriously as a rapper too, but if you go back, fun fact, Future was part of the Dungeon Family, which was a group of rappers from the South, of which Outkast and Goody Mob and the Organized Noise, all of these guys, that were really influential in Southside hip hop back in the 90s, come from there. And Future was raised within these people. You know what I'm saying? And so as far as rap goes, Future is really legit. But at the same time, Future sold drugs too. He was in the trap. You know what I'm saying? If you go do your research, Future was in the trap. So whatever he says, you know what I'm saying, he can fact check it. You know what I'm saying? But he's not going to implicate himself, of course, But Future's a real trapper. And even the TIs and all of them, that I mentioned, these guys were real trappers. These guys were the people that invented trap music. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we're in a place where now trap has evolved and it has become largely fictional. It has become largely fake. It has become largely about the clout chasing. It has become largely about who can rap about the biggest gun. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Like trap has evolved to something that it didn't even start as. And it's painful to see, as a hip hop head, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, it's very interesting to see because it's not like these kids is making trash music. Most of them is, but some of them are making good music. You have your Migos who really trapped. They really trapped. You know what I'm saying? And like these guys, you could say that their music is very autobiographical. So it brings us to a case now where we ask ourselves now, the question that is rap autobiographical? Yes, rap is autobiographical. Rap started off as not as much as autobiographical as it became, but right now it's stuck in between because hip hop in itself has split. You know what I'm saying? Into three or two, subgroups. Or four really. You have the fictional, abstract, conscious rap. Where someone raps about what they see but not what they lived, which is fine. It's appreciated, it's still good music. And you have the real shit, the autobiographical shit. Your J.Cole's, your Kendricks, your Drakes, your Wale's. Then you have the autobiographical trap music, which is your Migos, your Futures, and all of these people. And then you have your fictional trap music, with these little kids, these YBN, whatever the case may be, a little I'll shank your mama, little I'll stub your toe, Lil Uzi Vert. Well, I don't really, let me actually take Lil Uzi Vert out of there because I respect him. He's a musician and he doesn't front. But, the rest of like Lil Pump, Gucci Gang, all of these guys, man, like, I don't even want to disrespect like Playboy Cardi and, Rich the Kid. These guys are legit, but there's a shitload of kids who are not legit. The baby's crying now. But like, there's a whole lot of shit that is not legit, but it's still good music sometimes. And there's that. So you have the real trap, and you have the fictional trap, and you have the real rap, and you have the fictional rap. And that's really all of this just becomes, the genre of hip hop right now. You know what I'm saying? So in closing, really, to answer the question, is rap autobiographical? Not necessarily. It's a gray area, really. It's really a gray area. It depends what you listen to. Some people may think rap is really autobiographical. Some people may think it's not. It's about how naive you are to and how clued up about the culture you are. Now, here, the good folks at Rap Rhetoric, we just here to let you know what's going on within the culture of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna be spewing some facts out here. You know what I'm saying? Some facts and some, learned speculations about the culture. But yeah, that's really it. Is rap autobiographical? I don't think it necessarily is. But yeah, like I said, it depends on who you listen to and what you take from what they say, and do you go and do the research. I, for one, watch a shitload of interviews because I listen to a shitload of rap music and I need to form an opinion so you guys can actually watch Rap Rhetoric when I speak the real. But yeah, anyway, yeah, thank you for watching Rap Rhetoric, episode 6. Yeah, subscribe, comment, please. Like, I get comments, which is dope, from certain people, which is dope. So thank you, but refer this video too. You know what I'm saying? Share this video if you like it. If you think it's informative and you want your peeps to watch it, please do share. But yeah, subscribe, leave your comments below, just support the movement, man. 6 episodes in, I mean, shit, we better than most people who got YouTube channels. A shitload of YouTube channels just have an introduction video. Not to throw shade on anybody, but I'm just saying, like, this is for the culture, for people who really like rap music. And yeah, I mean, let's do what we got to do just to push the culture forward. So yeah, thank you for watching Rap Rhetoric episode 6 with your boy Totem. Episode 7 is gonna come real soon. Check out new mixtape coming out soon, June. You know what I'm saying? As You Were. I'll fill you in, as far as the details about that. But yeah, man, me, follow me on Twitter at the Godly Totem, at the Godly_Totem, But yeah, man, thank you for watching and peace. Rap Rhetoric episode 6, boy.